Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a man named Marcus. He was known for his calm and wise nature. People often came to him for advice, especially when they had trouble dealing with difficult people. One day, a young man named Lucius approached Marcus, looking frustrated. "Marcus," Lucius said, "I can't stand my neighbor. Every time we speak, he argues with me. He criticizes everything I do. I try to stay calm, but he makes me so angry. How do you deal with people like that without losing your temper? How do you deal with people like that without losing your temper?" Marcus smiled and gestured for Lucius to sit beside him under an old oak tree. "Let me tell you a story," he said. Many years ago, before Marcus became known for his wisdom, he worked as a merchant in the city. One of his customers was a man named Gaius. Gaius was rude, impatient, and never satisfied. No matter how fairly Marcus priced his goods, Gaius would complain. No matter how carefully Marcus packed his orders, Gaius would find fault. At first, Marcus grew frustrated. He wanted to argue back. He wanted to prove Gaius wrong. But every time he did, the conflict only grew worse. One evening, exhausted from another difficult encounter with Gaius, Marcus visited his old teacher, a Stoic philosopher. He explained his problem and asked for advice. The old philosopher listened quietly, then said, "When you look into a muddy pond, what do you see?" Marcus thought for a moment. "I see my reflection, but it is unclear." The philosopher nodded. "And if the pond is calm and clear, then my reflection is clear too," Marcus answered. "The mind is like that pond," the philosopher said. "When someone stirs up trouble, they are like a stone thrown into the water. If you react with anger, you only add more ripples. But if you remain still, the water will settle again." Marcus thought about this. Next time Gaius came to his shop, Marcus did something different. Instead of arguing, he listened quietly. Instead of defending himself, he nodded and said, "I understand your concern." When Gaius complained about prices, Marcus simply replied, "I'll see if I can adjust them." He did not take the words personally. He did not let his emotions control him. At first, Gaius seemed surprised. He was used to resistance. But without an argument to fuel him, his anger slowly faded. Over time, Gaius became less hostile. He still complained sometimes, but Marcus no longer felt upset by it. He had learned to keep his mind like still water. Marcus turned to Lucius. "Difficult people are like storms. You cannot stop the wind, but you can adjust your sails. When someone is rude or angry, remember, it is not about you. Their behavior comes from their own struggles, their own unhappiness. If you react with anger, you only make the storm worse. But if you remain calm, you deny them the conflict they expect." Lucius frowned. "But what if they keep pushing? What if they insult you?" Marcus nodded. "Then you have a choice. You can walk away. You can refuse to engage. Or you can respond with kindness, which often disarms them. The key is not to let their actions control your emotions. You are the master of your own mind." Lucius sighed. "It's hard. When someone insults me, I feel like I have to defend myself." Marcus chuckled softly. "Imagine if someone handed you a gift and you refused to take it. The gift remains theirs. Insults are the same. If you do not accept them, they stay with the one who offered them." Over the next few weeks, Lucius tried Marcus' advice. His neighbor still argued, but Lucius stopped fighting back. He listened, nodded, and sometimes simply said, "You may be right." To his surprise, the arguments became shorter. His neighbor seemed confused at first, then gradually less aggressive. One evening, the neighbor even apologized. "I don't know why I've been so difficult," he admitted. "You've been patient with me." Lucius realized then that Marcus was right. Difficult people are often struggling with something deeper. By staying calm, he had not only protected his own peace, but also helped his neighbor find his. Years later, Lucius himself became known for his wisdom. When others asked him how he dealt with difficult people without anger, he told them the story of Marcus and the still water. And so, the lesson was passed on, not through force, but through patience, understanding, and the quiet strength of a mind at peace. The secret is simple, but not easy. When faced with anger, do not answer with anger. When faced with insults, do not accept them. Keep your mind clear like still water. In time, even the stormiest of people will find no wind to fill their sails. And you? You will remain steady, unmoved, and at peace. This is the way of the Stoic. This is the path of inner strength.